a creator is like, hey, I just started doing this on my phone and you're going to pay me. Because think about it. Like, I know me, my wife, we've had conversations where there's pricing and it's just like, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Imagine on the come up being 1920. Hey, can you do what? I would do that all day. All day, So it's just
until
like
you start to ask yourself too about I get paid more.
Well, that's the thing is because now it's becoming a business set, and I think the creators and the artists and the talent are now starting to understand that. But then you got some that think they understand it, and not only they overvalue themselves, and they shoot themselves in the foot like that too. So there's a science behind doing all of this. There's a science of negotiation standard. Right. There's the test of time. That you have negotiations, right? Like where it's whether it was 1960 or 2027, right? There's certain principles and certain things, nuances that exactly it does not matter. And I know we're good at that, and we have a product coming soon.
We definitely have a product coming soon to help you guys with your good negotiation. It's the FOTS.
You heard.
Yo, what's good, man?
Chilling with this new light. No shadows, no shadows.
Well, I'm black, so I have a shadow.
Hey, listen, bro. I wasn't making a racist remark, bro. I was just saying no shadows. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just saying I have a shadow.
No, I got you.
A nice shadow, that. Yeah, whatever.
Yo, you remember? I was really gonna age myself. Forget it.
Nah, go ahead.
There was a show called White Shadow.
I remember that show.
Yeah, see?
But I wasn't.
You were.
I saw it on reruns.
You heard it from your mom, from your mom's womb, right? Because you weren't old enough.
I heard it on reruns.
That's another old reference.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yo, I'm so showing my age.
Nah, I mean, bro,
it's all good.
That's amazing, though.
It's all good. So how you feeling?
How I'm feeling?
Yeah.
I'm feeling good today. Ramadan is kicking my butt.
Just so you know, that's my nickname for him during this time. It's Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan. So Ramadan started on Sunday, and today has been one of them days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of that, or just because of everything that we've had go on?
Yeah, I think everything I have going on, and I want to react a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And I'm doing my best to channel it into something different. So I guess internally, when you're fighting yourself, and I think that drains you too.
You know what my mom said
the
other day? I don't know if I said this. She said, "Don't react, respond."
Respond. Yeah, so I'm responding by not reacting.
There you go.
So thanks, Mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Definitely waiting.
No,
she's so upset that it's 2 times a month.
Oh, listen, man, Mom, thank you.
My mother would want a FOTS pod every single day.
It's amazing that, and the fact that she wants to hear it is pretty dope.
She's like, I feel like I'm in the living room with just, that's
what we heard. We heard we're like, uncles or brothers, kicking some games. I appreciate that.
Yeah, we out here.
Yeah, we definitely are out here.
Yeah, a lot of things going on.
A lot of things go. Yeah,
a lot of things going on.
A lot of things happening.
We said last pod. I think last pod is when we started to do this, but this pod is going to be called The Income. Yeah, right, where we're going to talking about creator income. Yep, Clearly, we go on different topics as well, but
for sure.
It's about the creator, the economy, income, as far as how you can make with this space, because it's just a lot of people think it's easy. A lot of people think that money just, hey, I can do a video. It just, you know what I mean?
A lot of people are undervaluing themselves.
100%. And what did you post? Not you, Lennox.
Oh,
Lennox had posted something on our page.
Lennox posted something. I can actually go on the page and say it.
No, definitely.
So we talk about this content creator economy and how many people are actually people making money.
Yeah.
So what he had posted
Lennox.
was 35% of content creators make a living through ad revenue. 25% of content creators earn 50 to 100K a year. Only 2% of the top creators make more than $1 million a year. And that's crazy, right? So, and then it says less than 40% of them, make $1,000
a year.
a year.
Yeah. See, and that's kind of the thing. Like that's the, the reality of the creator income, because it's literally like we've spoken about before. For us, it's the new hip hop.
For sure.
And what's happening now is because it's becoming saturated.
Yep.
As we've spoken about, you walk out the door,
Everybody's
you step on creators all over the place.
Yeah.
Right? And they see the glitz and the glamour of the top 1%, and nobody knows the work ethic that goes into getting that. And things are changing with the economy.
Yeah,
things are changing within, the creator space, whereas a year ago, 2 years ago, was probably, I hate using the word easy, but probably easier to make an income.
Yeah.
But now you have so much competition, right? And you got to literally make sure that you provide the value so that, a brand, or using it in a brand scenario.
Nah, for sure.
That they decide to go with you.
And what I'm looking at too is that before you can operate by yourself. Now, especially because of the way it's changing, you now have to really develop a team.
100%.
So even at the top 1% content creators that make over $1 million, like the Kais, the Mr. Beast, the Chiclets, they have a team. And I think most people want a team but don't know how to go about getting that.
Yeah.
So I think that we have we've been fortunate enough to tell content creators that even ones that we don't even manage or even represent that they need to get a team. Yeah,
and that's the thing as far as even the conversation we were having earlier. Like it's very different here than everywhere else, whether it's a management agency, a marketing agency, anything that we do is very, very different. And that team is very important, and it's that structure that's needed, because you can't just go. And I know what I've been realizing as far as with us dealing in the creative space and us doing, as far as on the music side, it's pretty similar. But creatives has become, they have to be creative.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's our job to kind of like, you got to kind of bring them,
yep.
One way and just understand it. And it's like and I think it becomes a little bit more difficult nowadays.
Yeah.
Only because everybody, I don't want to say thinks. Well, yeah, I guess everybody thinks that they can do it by themselves, right? Technology allows you to do. There's so many things that you can do.
Phone,
you can do. You can damn near do everything, but work. Like the work ethic. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, you have all the tools in the phone.
Yeah,
and you may have the talent,
but and the crazy part too is that in the last 3 weeks I've spoken to, let's just say, a handful of content creators.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that they all said was, I think I undervalue myself when it comes to negotiations. And I'm like, well, why? He was like, well, let's just say, brand A, he's like, well, I'll do it for $2,500. And the brand go, that's it? And they're like, man, I just shot myself in the foot because now I can't go higher because, they already gave my price. And this is a female. She was like, yo, I shot myself in the foot and I could have got paid more. And I said, well, so why didn't you do like a multi-month deal? And she said, even that, I didn't know how to negotiate how to have a long-term situation either. They needed me for like a month, and and they paid me $2,500 for the month. But she was like, yo, I know I could have got more. Once they said to me, is that it? And that's kind of crazy that, content creators are they're not even, I guess because people are offering that much money or whatever amount, and they're saying the amount, or even not saying it. They're hearing they present, brand A presents them a deal, and they're just jumping on it just because they never seen that much money in one time.
Yeah.
So it's almost also knowing what your worth is, and also knowing when to say no.
Yeah. They just don't know the business anymore. You know how in the music it used to be like, hey, the word business is longer than the word music. So there's more business than music.
For sure.
It's similar with the creator economy. When you have an economy that there's money involved in that, and there's a lot of creators in it, but there's more business, and there's people are focused on the economy of it.
Yeah.
A lot of brands want to use this and do this because it is a less expensive way to advertise and market said product, brand, whatever. And a creator is like, hey, I just started doing this on my phone and you're going to pay me. Because think about it, like, I know me, my wife, we've had conversations where there's pricing and it's just like, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Imagine on the come up being 1920. Hey, can you do what? I would do that all day. All day, you know? So it's just
until
like
you start to ask yourself too about well, can I get paid more?
Like, well, that's the thing is because now it's becoming a business set, and I think the creators and the artists and the talent are now starting to understand that. But then you got some that think they understand it, and not only they overvalue themselves, and they shoot themselves in the foot like that too. So there's a science behind doing all of this. There's a science of negotiation standard.
Medium.
Right. There's the test of time.
Yep.
That you have negotiations, right? Like where it's whether it was 1960 or 2027.
Yep.
Right? There's certain principles and certain things, nuances that exactly it does not matter.
Yep.
And I know we're good at that, and we have a product coming soon.
We definitely have. We definitely have a product coming soon to help you guys with your good negotiations.
Right, so you don't overvalue or undervalue. And there's a way, and it's not perfect.
Nah, at all.
You just got to figure out that this is a business, and at the end of the day, what do we always tell people is when you go into a scenario, you go into a situation, please just provide value.
Yes.
Stop looking at just a check. If you provide value, they're going to continue to want to work with you. And in this industry is so fickle because if you don't do it, you know what? I'm going to go right to the next one. I'll go to the next one, and I'm going to find somebody. And when they find somebody, that's what happened with us. Yeah. The reason why Don and I formed this company is because where it started to grow was because, hey, agencies or brands would say, hey, Don, who else you got?
Who else you got? Yeah.
Because I like working with you. Myq, who else you got? And that's what happens. You got to figure that out. And especially entrepreneurship is like that. But then also in a creative space is like that.
Of course.
Because it is very unstable. Very, very unstable.
And you also try, you try to become what you see. So some of these content creators are seeing people around them that are maybe somewhat successful, and they want to be like that. They don't understand that the authentic aspect of them is what's going to help them make not just the most money, but also make them to become the most successful because they're themselves.
Yeah.
Like even the content creators that are duplicating what they see, what ends up happening is it works for a little bit until people want to know who you are, and then it doesn't bring in the deals or the stuff that you would want. Right. And that's the biggest thing, because that's where that also the depression aspect comes too.
Right.
I used to make $50,000 2 months ago, and now I'm at 10. That plays on people's psyches. And sometimes, the market sees, inside the market to see, well, this is not really who you are. You did that when it was a trend. But we want to know who you are, and authenticity sells.
Right.
Because nowadays, that's a rarity of somebody being authentic. And I'm not saying an authentic street dude, street girl, or whatever. I'm talking about just an authentic person. If you like to skateboard or snowboard or surf or ride your bike or whatever, show that so people can understand. And then a brand may say, he uses specialized bikes. Yeah. We want to sponsor you because you just never know. The things that you do that you feel that is boring may be the things that get you more money and become super successful. So just as a content creator, message to you guys, turn on the camera and do the things that you do every day, and that will help you also become consistent and also help you with the aspect of generating income in some sense.
Yeah, and going back to what you were saying as far as, or we were talking about as far as with structuring a team, if you were on a run, like you said, and you were successful with a trend, if you have the right team and you're really talented, your team sits there and tries to figure out,
strategy.
Okay, this was great.
Yep.
Okay, like you said, what else about, let's try to do this. Or let's try to, you pivot.
Yep.
Again, I think I spoke about it before. COVID taught people, I hope it taught everybody to pivot.
Yep.
Right? And that's what you have to do in this account. It's the same, it's the same thing with music. It's the same thing with music. You could have a hit. You could have a great album. You could have 2 albums, 3 albums. What happens? What changes? The greats always shift something. There's always a pivot. You know what I mean? I always go back to that as far as on the music, like, the Michael Jacksons, the Drake, something, always changes.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can be one way and people like you, but it's like, okay, what is it? I don't care if it's a look. I don't care. Just whatever. Topics, hey, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about, you got to figure that out, and that's the reason why you have a team. It's not a team. Don't look at a team of, oh, they're just taking money from me, because if you're looking at your team like that, then that's the wrong team.
But that's another thing too. So attention, content creators, attention. You paying a management fee is nothing wrong with that. There's some content creators out there that we've seen that the reason why they don't even want to have their deals be discussed is because they don't want to pay the 20%.
They don't want to pay the 20.
They don't want to pay the 20%. Right? They don't want to pay the 20%. And if you're looking at it that you're getting paid one time, then you're looking at it wrong. But if you're getting multiple deals and you have a team that's working to help you get these deals, they need to get paid. And I just think that nowadays, because we're in that what you say, that me society, they're only thinking about themselves. And because they're thinking about themselves is why they're only limited to a certain amount of cash. Because all the big, content creators or just successful people around, they all have a team. I don't care if it's 2, 3, 5, 10, whatever. Everybody eats. The difference is that nowadays, because a lot of content creators, and I'm not talking about young ones, I'm talking about ones in their 40s, 50, whatever, because we've seen them, they want all the money to themselves, and then when something goes left, what ends up happening, they're now left stranded. They burned the bridge with the brand, and then they don't know how to maneuver because they wanted to take all of the money. Listen, and there's some people that can negotiate their own deals, put themselves the way they need to go, and kudos to you. But those people are far and wide. From a percentage standpoint, maybe even 10%. That may be a lot.
Right.
That may be too much I'm giving.
Yeah.
But the fact that the remainder of the people that cannot negotiate for themselves, or the ones that try to find a way not to pay the manager for doing the job, they usually don't. It's short-lived for them.
Yeah,
they usually don't stay long, and they don't stay around long, and their success gets here, and then by the time you blink, they're gone.
Yeah, because you're trying to get everything. I just want me. I'm just gonna hold it, and it's like, that only works, like you said. It only works for so long. And again, if you can do that, there's athletes that negotiate their own contract, and again, like a Richard Sherman was doing it. I think Caleb Williams, who's coming out now out of USC, I think he's actually negotiating his own deal, and that's great. That's great. But the reason why you have a team is so that people can handle certain jobs for you, and you gotta again, it goes back to trust. That's why that T is so important in our name. Like, you gotta trust the person, and at the end of the day, we don't convince with deals. We're not gonna convince you to trust us either.
For sure.
That's not gonna happen.
That's on you.
Right. You're gonna either understand, hey, I rock with these dudes. We'll figure it out, and our paperwork is very friendly like that, not to lock you in. And we figure it out. But if not,
that's cool too.
Because we're gonna keep doing what we do. You keep doing, and again, it just may not be a fit. It's just that it goes back to team sports. Like, you can't do everything by yourself. Golfers even have caddies.
For sure. Listen, man. Like I said, my mom had an old saying, "No man's an island." So you know what I'm saying. So it's the facts. Like, you have to be able to utilize that. And the crazy part about this is like going into like content creators that are creating content with like a significant other. So like this, that has seen its success, and we know that true.
Yeah. No, and I love that.
Yeah,
I love that, especially when both parties are involved. Because when you have a couple, it's almost like the way we're able to do that. It's like a marketer's dream. Yeah. Because there's 3 brands within that. Yeah. You have each individual, and then you have the couple
together. Yeah.
And a lot of times when it is a couple, it's people think that there's a sale, right? Yeah. And sometimes we can do that,
or even a story.
Yeah. Sometimes we can do that. It's like, hey, I'll always use Chicle and Millennium, right? It's like, hey, we'd love for them to, okay, cool. And then the budget is for like one of them. Yeah. I understand they're a couple, right? But they're separate brands. It's not, that's not Millennium's boyfriend, and that's not Chicle's, fiance. Sorry. Yeah. You know, it's you're not a plus one.
Yeah.
You're an entity in yourself. So you have to pay for that. And if we're having a conversation, we can sit there and work on numbers. If whatever we imagine, we know what we do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we work the number. I mean, but we've seen the success with it on with Chico and Melanie, and then with a newer client base with like JP and Risa. Like you know what I'm saying. So that's we're seeing the success on it, and the ones that are authentic enough are the ones that are starting to come through. Mm-hmm. So that type of content works because it pulls on people's heartstrings, because they either rooting for them to lose or they rooting for them to win. Yeah. And it definitely opens up a lot of other opportunities too. Like you said, it's 3 brands. And
think about with JP and Risa.
Yeah, it's a whole family.
They have
the kids. Yeah. So that's
even
it's
more.
Like another they'll pass it down from themselves to their kids. So it just depends on how you start to push your brand and be very intentional about the business of your brand.
Right.
And also 3, to make sure that you're also intentional about the branding of that brand.
Yeah, and getting excited when I was like, and the kid, it's not so much about the more money, right? It's literally we get excited because it's other opportunities, and again, for us, Don and myself, we always like to, there's a financial aspect of it, and we always like to get our clients more money.
Yeah,
and always hear, well, the more money they get, the more money you get. But that's not what it is. It's ideally we like to hear, hey, I would do this for $1,000.
Sure.
Cool. We come back, hey, we got you 5,000. That joy is kind of what fuels us to be able to do that. Yes, we're going to get more money, but it's more about, you're
connection.
Getting, that type of aspect. So I just wanted to clarify that because I realized I was like, and the kid too.
And that's funny because people are like, you just want to pimp him out. We're not trying to pimp anybody out.
That's exactly.
JP, Risa, yo, what's up, fam? We like you, gang. You know what I'm saying? That's how but at the end of the day, people will take that and soundbite it and be like, he said that he want to use the kids to make more money, and that's not what we want to do. What it is just the aspect of what the brand of the family.
Yes.
And with Chicle and Melanie, as you said, it's Chicle, it's Melanie, and it's them together. Mm-hmm. And that's also a super dope way of showing, your personality on a different wavelength. Because you've seen me enough here with my fiance. Yeah. Now you see me, just me being me, and people kind of get to know you, and that also helps with the success.
Right.
And what we end up doing is brands tend to want to also work with more females sometimes because of how it goes, because of how the brands are going.
Yeah.
They want to work with females because clearly there's more women on the earth than males.
Is there?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's a proven fact.
Okay. This is facts.
This is facts.
I'm gonna get you a shirt that says this is facts.
This is facts.
This is not just feeling. This is facts.
This is fact. It is factual that there's more women on earth.
No, I didn't know. I was just
I'm just letting you know.
Listen, I know you have an 8.
Oh, what time is it? It's like, you know what I mean? But it's definitely more women on the earth than that.
All right.
So that's why why you think they target more women when they do ads.
No, I get that.
Yeah, so
I get that.
I get that
aspect.
So it's also painting the picture of how to. That's why even in some marketing classes, you see it's there. It's always like a makeup brand. They always push some type of line because they want to show you how do you pitch to, said woman.
Yeah.
Said area. You know what I mean?
I get that. And at the end of the day, like, yes, we do this pod that we do is a lot for for education, information. Yeah. But just so that y'all know, at the end of the day, it's literally like we're about the creator.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
1,000,000%.
So much so.
Yeah.
So much so that we had Lennox. There was a post
Shout
on
out
our
to my
page.
guy Lennox, you heard?
So we have a mini podcast that we have coming out called Cater to the Creator.
Cater to the Creator.
Yep. And it's with partner with Infuse.
Partner with Infuse. Shout out to Infuse.
Yeah.
Kayla, what up?
And what we're doing literally with that is literally speaking to the influencers and creators out here, because everything that we're speaking about as far as these brand deals, we speak about it here. But what happens is that in our circles, and even like I was telling you also, like on LinkedIn, I see everybody always asks the brands about this new creator economy and how would you do it, and how are you getting, and what are you getting from it, and what would you do, and this, the good, the bad. Nobody's talking to the creator.
Yeah.
How about the ones that are doing this? How about the economy that it's built on? It's built off of the creator.
Yeah.
So why don't we talk to them?
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, essentially it's like somewhat like market research for the content creator and the brand.
Yeah.
So they can tell what they liked and dislike, and then the brands can understand, oh, man, we did that. Because the brands usually corporate it all up.
Yeah.
And we get that. We understand that you guys have your rules, and you're in this box, but remember, if you want said creator, they're not in a box. They're the reason why you want them is because they've done something that you've never seen,
right?
And it caught your eye. So if you want to use that content creator, you still got to let them be them.
Yeah, and the thing is that what happens too? A lot of brands. Yeah, let me not say a lot. I always use words that it's not just some brands.
Yeah, some brands.
It's like what you said. We are on the assumption that you want said creator because of what they bring.
For sure.
But some of these companies are only looking at the numbers, and they have no clue about the creator.
Yeah.
They're literally just like, hey, you have a lot of followers, and this is your engagement rate. And that doesn't work. Like, it doesn't work for a healthy relationship. Could it work?
Yes.
Yes, right? Because data and analytics, I get it, all that. But when you want to have a long-term relationship or a campaign or a run with this creator that is going to work, when both sides are involved, it's amazing, because then you can have the conversation. You can sit there and be like, hey, this is what we were thinking. Yeah, well, I know that you were thinking that, but this works better. And again, going back to cater to the creator, that's literally the conversations we're going to be asking creators. And it's not going to be just with the people that we manage or represent. It's going to be all types. All types from micros.
So if you're out there and you want to be on Cater to the Creator, please hit us up at This Group Inc. on IG, and we'll have a conversation with you. It is definitely something that we want all you content creators actually to come down and sit down and have a conversation with us. It will be a good look for you guys, because especially the ones that don't get deals with the way others do. Yeah. They're like, I've worked with 10 companies, but none of them came back. And it may be that the way you operate is why they don't want to deal with you anymore. So there's some insight that we're going to be giving to cater to the creator, because we want to actually help you get your business better. And that's even if you're not working with us, it doesn't matter. We still want you to help you get your business better, but also give you an opportunity to state your piece on why you think, or how do you think brands should be able to move with content creators going forward, because it's going to change. Yep. You know what I mean? And budgets are going to change. 100%. And so we have to kind of be on the forefront of what that looks like. So definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Pay attention, because we're going to be out here giving y'all some jewels.
Yeah, because for us, we're about the industry. It's not just about Myq and Don. It's not just about this. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally about that. And like what you said, creators coming on there, we're going to ask questions, but then we're just because of who we are and our nature is going to give you insight. Hey, this didn't work because blah, 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 blah. Oh, really? So what happened? Oh, we did this. Oh, did you ever think about boom? Because from their side, this is what they're thinking. And that's what happens is that, like I said, we're so creator friendly. We're so talent friendly. We understand, we're artistic ourselves. We come from that. So that's why I think we do well in this, and just understanding the landscape. We understand the brands and we understand the creators. So, we're doing this for y'all.
Looking forward for you guys to seeing it.
It's going to be.
Cater to the creator.
It's going to be dope. So, yeah, super excited about, as far as cater to creator, we're going to probably announce some other things that we're going to be doing with them.
We got some announcements happening.
Yeah, we're going to have some stuff coming through, you know what I mean? Some events, not only with us, with Infuse as well, which is dope, which makes me think about.
What's up?
This might be a super sidebar.
Okay.
It's having a conversation with Ramajan.
Ramajan,
aka Roadhouse.
Yeah,
we haven't called him that anymore.
Yeah, because it's Ramadan.
Yeah. That's right. He can't be Roadhouse.
Yeah, flipping tables over.
But we were having a conversation, and I noticed this too. What would you say is the difference between the BET Awards and the Grammys? Like, do you see a difference? Forget about anything as far as when you're watching and just watching the whole production. Do you see a difference?
Yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, you see a difference.
Yeah, and I've always wondered why that is, because I always saw.
Wait, but when you say a difference, in what way?
Just a different. It's just different.
It's shot. Some of them are shot by the same person.
Yeah, but it looks different. The shooting, but the production, the organization, you can tell. The Grammys, again, they're the Grammys. They seem seamless, but I feel like every time we have a black and brown event that should be here, it never gets there.
But it's also, funding, man. I'm just letting you know, man. When you got the money, you can be able to do whatever. That's just the resources. I mean,
I hear
maybe
you.
That sounds like a cop-out, but it's the truth.
Nah, but I think, bro, like, listen, at the end of the day, it's technology now, and the money.
You don't think
money can't do structure?
All right, but you don't think that the Grammys gets more money to put on their stuff than BET?
But so who does so how do you flow? What does the money have to do with the flow of how the show is shot? Not even shot. The production of it, where there always seems to be either a technical difficulty.
Really?
Oh, bro. Or somebody is shot different. It's what, and I'm just saying on that aspect of it. Don't let me bring it back to a micro level as far as events out here.
Yeah.
Like it's just nuts, and it's just like,
I understand.
The conversation was like with me and Rojas was like, yes, great ideas,
just poor execution.
The execution, and that's with a lot. It's like there's so much talent. No work ethic, right? It's the same kind of.
But what if that's what I'm saying. I think, me personally, just playing devil's advocate, I just think that it's the funds, bro. I think for me, sometimes a lot of these events don't get put on and don't get don't get the attention and also the opportunity to showcase because they're limited with funds. Don't you think that's? Oh, you think that's? I'm giving them a way out.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
Yeah,
I think it's a cop out. That's just what I feel, because I know
I don't feel that way though.
I feel like, look at what we did with the holiday party.
Yeah, but you talking about three guys that understand what they want.
So how come somebody doesn't understand?
Yeah, but
it looks whack.
I hear you, and I understand that, and I guess I'm being contradiction. but what I'm saying is, there may be the person that's in charge needs to step down and give it to somebody else.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. You got to get people that's gonna do stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like there's too many people out here with it's just like it's crazy, bro. Like,
or hire somebody to help you. You know what I mean? That can put it together.
But you know why they don't want to? Because they don't want to split the bread.
Yeah,
right? When you sit there and know I need help, if you're working for a company, you know what? Damn, this was lacking, but I don't want to give up that bread. Is somebody gonna say, hey, yo, I need help? It's gonna come from your budget. Are you gonna sit there and be like, oh?
Well, and I think we're also operating from our lens, right? So
of course,
we're the type of guys that, we don't know. We insert said player, right? And if we have to break up the money, we don't have a problem with that because everybody eats. But most people don't want that. Like, a lot of people in life don't want to share.
No, 100%.
Yeah, so it's going to look the way it looks until they get some, whoever, they get some fresh new people involved and also get it so it can look a certain type of way, like so you can be competitive against the other award shows.
I think we need to bring back team aspects, right? We need to bring back, like, hey, we living in this, I did my job.
Oh, yeah.
So who cares?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then there's a flip side, because if you sit there, hey, I did my job, and then you go to talk to that person about how do you say they're not doing their job, but then that person says, well, don't worry about my job. Are we here for the team, or are we here for, again, the me society, not the we society?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, that's what I think the thing we fight is, because we're so we. and everybody is so me, it's very difficult to understand that people actually care.
Yeah.
That's what I think we fight. And it just, again, like you said, from our lens,
Yeah.
I'm learning to adjust, and I'm learning to not take that stuff so personal. It's just like, I just wish people cared. Not just about people. I just wish they cared about what you do. Just care, right? I was taught that a long time ago, as far as I used to half-ass stuff at work. You know what I mean? I was at work, I would half-ass it. And my man was like, yo, I see you at these events, and, anything you do music-wise, you be killing it, and you're 100%, and then here, man, why don't you just do it, and that becomes who you are, and that's who I am now, right? And I don't think anybody's learning that or understanding that, and I don't know, it just be whack to me, and that's why it's like, at the end of the day, I don't want it to be so heavy on me, and it's just like, again, we're here for more than just us, and
clearly, but I think that's why we've been so successful, because we don't lead with what works for us only.
Yeah,
we lead with, like that conversation you was having with Cheeks. Is like, we do what we do. Don't let nothing essentially change what we do.
Yeah.
We help them with situations that get them in better opportunities for their career, and then sometimes it doesn't even pay us.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're okay with that because it gets us in the door.
Right.
Speak to X, Y, and Z, director, on give us a relationship.
Right.
Because you and I understand what relationships do.
Right.
We may not get something this month, but come the following month, Tuesday morning, 9 a.m., that we on the phone with the director, and now we're closing, $100,000 deal because we've ended up curating that relationship. So there's so many different ways and variables of how to maintain certain things.
Yeah.
I just think that nowadays, because it's the microwave, everybody, it's not even flowing that way. And I look at us, we operate from that school of curating relationships.
Right. And the thing is that I've been thinking about throughout the course of the week too, is with that, hey, how we care, understanding that that's who we are, what we do, and I'm always so concerned, right? And I'm learning not to be with what people will think based off of what, like a shift,
Gotcha.
right? Because I said this to my wife. I think it was either my wife or Cheeks the other day. Like, it might have been you. Seriously, it might have been John. I don't know. But the person that actually cares for people, you care about people, and it's fine. Everybody's cool with it. When that person now starts to care about the most important person in their life, which is themselves, sometimes it becomes a problem.
Yeah,
and it's like
that's being people are super selfish too, though.
That's crazy to me, right? Like, you can sit here and do all of this and be like, "There, no one ever," because everybody takes.
Yeah.
Pause, right? And then when it's time, now what happens?
I mean, I think that the harsh reality is that a lot of people are going through that.
As far as what?
Like, now, like, almost like the give and take aspect from what, like, especially with this business, like, we see it all the time. They want to take. And imagine doing that for 5 years.
Yeah.
So when something else come around that does not want to take, you kind of like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I'm already accustomed to this. So people are so accustomed to it. How do we, and I think that's been not our struggle, but that's been a challenge on how to let people understand that over here, we operate different.
Right.
And it's not about this take. It's how we can do a give and take.
Right.
And like, your famous line, let's use each other, but let's not misuse each other.
Correct.
And I think people are so used to being used.
Yeah.
That it's.
Bro, how many people we meet that it's just like,
it's crazy.
Again, you could be genuine and honest, and it's just like, but people don't believe that.
Yeah.
People don't believe that you're that authentic.
No,
like, there's no way.
They don't want you. They don't want, and I think they don't want to believe that,
because then that becomes the narrative in their head. Like, you know what I mean? I was having this conversation about, listen, abandonment, right?
Yeah.
If that's your story, I have an issue with abandonment. Everything oh yeah, because my friend, and then whatever, my homeboy, this dude, blah blah blah. What are you doing though? What is your role? People don't look at their role in that, and I'm just using that as an example. Yes, you've been abandoned, but what role did you play? Did you push that? Like, you push the person, right? So you have to understand what that is, and that's the thing. Is like even with and that's another example. As far as trusting and money and all this type of stuff, it's like, yo, what role did you play? Like, I talk to y'all a lot, right? For whatever the scenario, business, personal, whatever. I want to be told, I want to see outside of my lens, what was my role? What do you guys see? My mom, anybody, my wife, what? In this scenario, what did I do?
What am I not doing?
Am I not seeing something? Because I want to be accountable. Just had the conversation with John the other day too. I was like, yo, bro, I'm so in this mode of doing what I say. And if I don't, please pull my card. And be like, yo, bro, I thought you said you was going to, oh, you're right. Because there's so much that happens. And it's like, yo, I want to lead by example and just do what needs to get done and not, because there's too much of this bullshit out here. Damn, I was so good.
He was almost close. He was this close, everybody.
I said I wasn't going to curse. But there's just so much of this stuff out here. And it's just like, just do what you say you're gonna do, and if you can't, just say you can't. That's okay. People are so concerned about what everybody else thinks. But
that's just the world we in currently. Especially social media allows that. Social media, that dopamine. You know what I mean? It allows. It's just about me, man. Let me do what I have to do, and that's why, like, even just going back even to the people with the income aspect of like social media, this is why the content creators chasing the next thing. That's why they're running through walls. That's why they're jumping off 3-story buildings because they want the clicks, they want the views, and they know that if I do this can work.
Yeah.
And you and I know that hard work works. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. Hard work works, and some people don't want to work.
I think it's your generation, bro.
Might be.
New name for them. Me-lennials.
Listen,
not
man.
millennials, they're me-lennials. They're only caring about themselves.
I don't care about myself. Everybody around me eats.
Damn, you don't say that. Huh? My man got a sweatshirt that says self-care and says, I don't care about myself.
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts.
It's oxymoron. See?
Yeah. You're not a moron.
No, it's oxymoron. You guys go ahead and Oxford Dictionary, look at what an oxymoron means, okay? But definitely, I mean, the content creator understands nowadays that without them, it doesn't move. But without a team, you don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Yep. And what I'm learning is I'm going to continue to be myself.
Yes.
And I'm not going to expect anybody to reciprocate.
For sure.
I'm going to do what I'd like to do. Mm-hmm. And if I feel like I'm expecting something, I'm going to be aware of that. Mm-hmm. And then I just don't do anymore.
Copy.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't have to get mad at you for not. Okay, cool. All right, I see you're there. Yeah, all right, you're level 3, you're level 4.
I love that you got people in levels. He compartmentalizes people.
Yo, I have to.
Let me compartmentalize you. Boop, boop, boop,
I have to. Think about that. Like, there's just people, like, it's like, yo, you're my, memory guy.
Yeah.
Like my brother Vic.
Oh, got you.
That's, I trust him with everything.
Got you.
Right? Everything. But this is my nostalgia.
Got you.
You know what I mean? And you have you and John and Cheeks are business.
Know what I mean?
Right? Business, personal. Like there's what I'm saying? It's just like, because it's the circle that you speak to. Yeah. Because there's certain things that no one's going to understand.
No, for sure.
And there's just people, I just put them in little boxes.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's all. Little milk crates.
I like that.
You know what I mean? We out here.
Compartmentalized.
Word. So now that we've learned about us and
income.
You know
what I'm saying? How successful, what content creators need to be.
Actually, InForward.
Yo, my man, the Jamaicans are going to love you. InForward, because man, income. That was a good, That's hilarious. Yo, that is hilarious.
You got to tell Blondie.
Yeah, I got to tell Blondie. That's hilarious. InForward. That's something Major Hype would say. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's hilarious, bro.
But I guess we'll go to goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper.
I forgot who said their goal first.
I think I did.
You did?
Yeah,
So now it's me. I always have boring goals. You always have good ones. You have like real impactful.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Yo, it'd be crazy. I'd be like, so I should probably always go first. Pause.
I guess.
Because it's like, all right, that's
You got
cool.
goals.
And then to follow, it's like that story with Jay-Z with DMX. You ever heard that story when he was on the barbershop?
Yes.
And he was like, yo, DMX killed it. And he was like, all right, you're up.
Yeah.
And I got to go after that. You know what I'm saying? But goals, we're starting to shoot Cater the Creator this week. Want to have a great start with that.
Facts.
I want to continue to focus on not cursing. Seriously. I messed up before. And then I did meal prep yesterday. I brought my food. Got to get back. That's a constant. It's a constant thing. I just have to. My goal every week is to one of my manifestations that I have to tell myself. This is crazy because I care about people so much. I say I will focus on myself.
Got you. No,
I have to do that. So you know, as I sit there, bounce past.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, you know, it's the month of Ramadan. It's the holy month of Ramadan, and my goal is to change a few things for myself this month and make it a habit going on. And there's a lot of when you're fasting, you get attacked, and you get attacked by, you know, not more so like say devils, right? But more so people and things seem you're more accessible. Like it's almost like you're a magnet to it because you're doing something that, you know, everybody's not.
Right.
And it's about keeping your cool and also understanding and not taking things too serious. I'm not saying that I didn't take things I take everything serious, but I think I'm more so understanding that it's not that serious. So for my goal this week and for the remainder of the month, I'm probably going to say it a few times. Well, another time, we're going to do 2 times a month, but it's essentially just keep my fast, don't break it. And I'm not even talking about food or drink, just even mentally, don't break it for nobody else. You know, make sure that I'm able to address things while in my fast and not make, because I'm hungry, I'm blurting, blurting out stupidity opposed to taking a moment, understanding what's going on in the moment and really seeing what's going on. So this for this goalkeeper, I'm just gonna, I've asked for things, and I'm gonna put them to the manifestation. Faith without work is dead. So I'm gonna put the work into it, and use this month to catapult for me for the next year for what we got going on. Because there's a lot of things that we have on the table that we're working on, and some of it is not problematic, but some of it is challenging. 100%. And because of that, that also can, it's like, man, why is this thing going the way it's supposed to? Yeah. So I'm definitely happy that it's happening this time.
Yes.
So I'm able to keep that mental, note to myself, like, yo, bro, you gotta, stay focused and find the solution. Like your mom said, respond. You know what she said?
She said, don't react, respond.
Yeah, so I'm not going to react. I'm going to respond, and respond in a way that I probably never usually would respond,
right.
but in a way that I need to respond.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Just making sure I keep my fast in all facets of this holy month of Ramadan.
And I think about also to help you look at something too. We've been saying that sometimes we've been going through the same thing over and over, and it becomes challenging, right?
It does.
Maybe if we look at it like that's practice.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? Like it's like, we have maybe the first time the reason why it's not going right is because we had to make a shift, we had to make a change. Yeah. But the thing is that we always are looking for something, because that's another thing. Listen, I don't care about the problem. That's great. The problem should always be one sentence.
For sure.
The rest of the time and the energy should be on a solution.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think that's what happens is that we just keep. It is what it is.
And that's what I said. I know it's a challenge because we're a business that operates off of people.
Right.
And people are forever changing.
Yep.
So because and then sometimes we have to let's say not wait for people, but we have to essentially wait for people. So that's the reason why how we building out our business currently, it's not waiting for a person. It's a system that operates, and we can insert anybody within, and then we'll be okay.
Yeah.
So I know once we get there, and we're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're just going to work out these challenges and then move forward. So that's all it is just keeping my fast in all facets of my life, not just drinking and eating, but mindset, the way I'm thinking, the way I'm talking.
Yeah.
You know, just the way I respond. You know, somebody cut me off today, I probably would have, cursed them out. And I just was like, is it that serious? And I just kept it pushing. So that's where I'm on it that way, keeping my fast in all facets of my life.
We working out the kinks until they back up the brinks. You
heard?
heard?
Oh, your man
I'm
is
nice with it.
I
come up with a bar once every.
Your man is nice.
Every
working
quarter.
out the kinks
till they back up the brinks.
And
wow,
please, if you need to back up the brinks, we have a
we have a
garage and we'll open it up and you can back it up. Please.
Facts. Well, that's it. Episode
21. It's
21.
Yo, our episode is of age to drink. And going to clubs.
See, we're going to have to do that. It was the percentage episode. Now it's legal. Now the pod is legal.
The legal
the pod
episode.
is officially legal.
21.
Word. So follow us on IG at FOTS Pod.
FOTS Pod.
This Group Inc. on IG.
Please like, subscribe.
All of that.
All of that jazz, please.
Audio, listen.
Everything.
Shout out to Amir. Seriously for helping
Shout
out.
Amir.
Shout out to all the West Indian and Dominique. Massive.
Hold on, man. But we gotta shout out, our sound guy, our new sound guy.
Oh, we gotta have a different name. We gotta have a name.
Our new sound guy, our new, almost our new shooter. You know what I'm saying? Our new light guy. You know what I'm saying? He is definitely a COO for real.
It's like a Swiss Army knife.
A Swiss Army knife out here, And shout out to him, John Roadhouse, you heard?
That's it. Yeah. We're gonna call him Roadhouse and spell it RODE like the Myq's.
Yeah, man.
Roadhouse, crazy. Yo, I'm too nice. I'm doing an album. Album coming soon.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll definitely write my rhymes. So
now we good.
So
thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Peace.